eto ang choices natin. Tiisin natin itong lintik na 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 gobyernong ito, and that might be a step towards changing this insufferable leadership. Oo, nandun na ako sa punto na insufferable na rin para sa akin. So itong mga nagsasabi na masama yung ginagawa ninyo, naninira kayo sa gobyerno, that's not true. This is a system of checks and balances. That's how government is built. Hindi ka
Ito nga mga kababayan, bago natin ituloy ang video na ito, kung bago ka lang sa aking YouTube channel baka pwede makahingi ng like at subscribe at click mo na rin ang notification bell para updated ka sa aking nilalabas na bagong video. Salamat po.
So, you will have to understand na talagang tayo dito, especially sa social media, we are limited to this. Our job as citizens is to inform everybody. Ikaw, sa tingin mo, Mr. Suarez, sa tingin nyo ba we have reached critical mass? Ako, I want to be sure. And unang-una, in order for us to create the kind of change that you're thinking of, people have to be informed. And they will have to choose the path that you want to take, that you are mentioning that you want to take. Diba? Parang sinasabi nyo, ganito na lang ba? Salita tayo, nag-uusap tayo, ganito, ito lang. What makes you think that this is salita lang? When you inform people na nilalahad natin, eto ang choices natin. Tiisin natin itong lintik na na gobyernong ito, or we'll do something about it. Tandaan nyo din, 2025, next year na po yun. Hindi nga natin mababago ang president next year, pero we get to change some of our local officials. And that might be a step towards changing this insufferable leadership. Oo, nandun na ako sa punto na insufferable na rin para sa akin. Despite the fact that I know so many of them who are sitting there. And no, hindi ako bitter. I don't want to be in this government. Looking at how things are being run, tinitignan ko yung strategiya nila. Sinong may gustong umupo dyan? Power isn't what you think it is pag nakaupo ka. You still don't get to do everything that you want to do. Maraming tao dito, akala nila bitterness kapag umalis ka sa administrasyon and you criticize it. It's not. It's utang na loob sa mga taong bayan whom we help convince to vote for this administration. Parang ang kapal naman mukha ko na maghihikayat ako sa mga tao na bumoto. Tapos nagkamali pala ako, kailangan itama natin yung mali. So that's one. Number two is, diba, we have to inform people. Ito yung naano ko eh. Ito yung madalas kong frustration is that people seem to think that we are just talking, but this is the most important part of governance, is informing. And if we want to create change, we have to have enough people around us, diba? Enough people na kakampi natin. Tapos sabi ni Ma'am Nitkas, good afternoon, like naman. Oo nga eh, antok na ako. Na actually hindi ako antok. Ito sabi ni Mabo, secret deal is like saying that Iraq had destructive weapons. Kaya ginera ng US and Iraq, then after years, wala pala. Tapos yan ang didiinin nilang rason, secret. Tamang hinala para yun na nga eh. Hi kay Ma'am Mariela, she's in Poland. Sabi ni Nelson, PBBM, foreign policy, parang kape 3 in 1. So, isa pa yon, yung mga sinasabi na naniniwala kayo kay Maharlika. Akala nila, number one, na kapag tinawag nilang ganon si Madam Maharlika, it is insulting, or that she will stop, or that people will change their opinions about her. That is the cheapest form of argument. Diba? It's not even an argument. It's simply insulting, number one. Number two, naniniwala kayo kay Maharlika. I mean, talaga, at this time, dinideny pa nila that she has been right for so many times. Besides, kilala ko din yung, I do have sources also who are still in office. Kawawa naman sila kung banggitin ko sila. Kasi matatanggal sila sa position. And that's how praning they are there. But yes, I can confirm that a lot of what she says is correct. So, and hindi naman tayo maniniwala basta sa isang tao lang, di ba? Mag-verify ka. And based on my own verifications with my own sources, ang dami niyang tama as incorrect. Thank you kay Jars de la Cruz at saka sorry, ayan. For sending the, ano ba yung pinadala nyo? Parang hearts yata. Sabi ni Maui, kaso napapagod ka lang sa pagsasalita, di naman tayo pinakikinggan sa lintik na gobyernong ito. Bakit? Gobyerno ba po ang audience natin? I mean, yes, they join, di ba? Nakikinig sila, nag-monitor sila. Pero hindi po sila yung kino-convince natin. Alam na nila kung ano yung sinasabi natin. And of course, dahil nakikinabang sila, hindi sila gubago unless they are compelled to do so. Ang audience natin ay yung ibang mga Pilipino, yung mga botante. Government is not the source of power. They only exercise it. The source of power is the people. Hi kay Lo Giortan. Yan ang mali sa inyo. Imbis na tulungan niyo ang gobyerno, kayo pang sumisira. I disagree, sir. Kasi what criticism is not paninira. And as a matter of fact, hindi nga dapat tayo mag-prevent ng criticism. Sinasabi ng ating saligang batas, di ba? The right to petition for redress of grievances. Tapos meron pang freedom of speech. Bakit may freedom of speech? Akala nyo ba it is only for artists and others who want to express themselves freely? Hindi. Number one, it's a pressure valve. When people talk about their grievances, when they talk about their frustrations, they get to kumbaga, nawawala yung pressure sa kanila. Otherwise, sasabog yan. Alam niyo naman kung ano nangyayari when you try to prevent people from talking. Bukod pa dyan, how will government change if they are not aware of the changes that they need to make? And how will they be made aware? That's why we have the freedom of speech. Kailangan masabi natin sa gobyerno kapag sila nagkakamali. Ngayon, kung sa tingin ninyo, ang problema is that you think that government should be spared. That's not true. In fact, that's why the Constitution was created. Hindi nyo pa po alam yan. Government is very powerful. We give it so many powers. Pero, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution itself, a lot of principles and doctrines there, they're there to keep government from turning that power against the people. So, yung sinasabi niyong paninira, that's not true. When it comes to government, it is a duty to tell it when it is going wrong. It is a duty for people to inform their government if they are misusing their powers. And of course, the government is embodied by the people who are in it. So, in English ko yan, baka sakaling maintindihan mo. Sabi ni Ronald, yes, important po na iparating sa bawat isa ang tunay na nangyayari, and if all the people decide on change and act as one, doon magsisimula ang pagbabago. That is correct. So, hindi ko rin naiintindihan bakit nasa stress itong mga to. And I think that the source of the stress is yung amo nila. Now, these trolls, nasa stress sila because they're afraid that as long as we keep talking, more and more people will be convinced. Okay? Now, ang government, hindi po kayang masiraan yan. They have all the powers in the world to correct disinformation. Do you know that that it has only two television stations, that's PTV and IB networks, sorry, two television networks, PTV and IBC 13. It has Radyo Pilipinas. It has both AM and if I'm not mistaken, may AM sila, but they have two FM channels, and it was well run. It has a Philippine news agency, that's a wire agency. So it's very powerful. When it comes to information, government has a lot of infrastructure. In addition to that, it has publications. The National Printing Office can actually publish materials. So it means that in addition to that, all government agencies are required to have their own websites, are required to give full information to the public using the internet. So hindi yan it's very difficult na masiraan ang gobyerno unless they're really doing something wrong. Either they're incompetent in correcting the misinformation or totoo yung sinasabi ng mga tao. So itong mga nagsasabi na masama yung ginagawa ninyo, naninira kayo sa gobyerno, that's not true. This is a system of checks and balances. That's how government is built. Hindi ka gagawa ng gobyerno na super powerful na bawal tirahin yan. Hindi ko alam kung kailan kayo lumaki nagkaisip. Pero somebody was very incorrect in teaching you. If you think that it is right to tell people that you shouldn't criticize government, government should always be criticized. In fact, one of the great jurists in the United States said, you should never trust your government because it is made up of people who are human and who have human weaknesses and failings.